looks like we are live now. Hello, everyone. And good shout out there to Gathering with his original comment. Maybe you can confirm if my sound is okay. Basically, we're going with a weekend one because we both had a pretty busy week and we wanted to wait for the town hall, but then couldn't do it on Thursday or Friday. So here we are on Saturday.
Yes, unfortunately, but life is life. Na 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 na. And we're doing the best we can to show as soon as possible after the town hall, at least. But yeah, as you said, busy week. Also busy week on Splinterland side. But yeah, that's why we're here to talk about it.
Yeah, let me do a quick refresh. DEC's been moving up and down a little bit, but just between like 9.5 and 9.9. So we're at 9.73. SPS a little bit of a dip, but that makes sense. It pumped up as people bought it to burn and whatnot. Vouchers holding pretty steady. I think people are expecting a new voucher card that was kind of mentioned in the town hall.
Hmm.
Um, Overall, things are looking pretty rosy. I'm feeling pretty
Yes.
good.
Scroll a little bit down. More. More. Yeah, those are the numbers I'm looking. 429, 452.
Yeah, yeah. This isn't too bad. Your estimated value is over the 429, so they will probably start to trend up. But
It's been over a while, to be honest. So yeah.
yeah, but what we're waiting for, I think right now, and this is something that was interesting in the town hall that they talked enough. And hello Wibble and I did drop a link in my Discord gathering, but not in the Splinterlands Discord. I don't know how many people pay attention to the Splinterlands Discord for links. And I can't tag people. I can only drop it, but maybe I should drop it there too. I can do that really quick here.
Just in case.
Yeah, in the background. You can go ahead and talk to him while I'm dropping the link in one more spot here.
Well, I mean, it has been an exciting week with the packs being available to be opened and the general sale starting. So the town hall, from what I've heard, is we have even kind of new people joining and buying packs, which is very promising. It was a good number. It was, I think, over 300 people after the pre-sale, like in the general sale. So pretty much exciting town hall that we'll get into and share our thoughts, I guess.
Let's see. Video streams and content, and pow, we are inside the Splinterlands Discord as well. Yeah, that number is going to be a little misleading when it's 300 new people, because technically, I was a new person who went into the sale because I've been buying packs, I've been opening things. It's
Yeah,
kind of like what I thought. It was an addiction. It's going to
I
be an
was them
addiction
as
until I
well.
have a max set, but I was in a group. So maybe cut that number down to 200, but that's still exciting. Also,
Yeah.
I heard about a pretty unique story. I haven't finished the Dave episode of the People's Guild yet. I'm about an hour into it. It's like 2.5 hours. So, but Dave told a story about Blaze bringing a friend over into the game to try it out. The first pack he opens, he gets a black foil card. And
Nice.
so, these are the kind of things we're going to have start to happen. And then
Yeah.
as the marketing starts to kick off, as the spell book is reworked now to give out the starter packs, and starter packs, man, guys, they're guaranteed return on your money right now. It's wild. I've been testing it because my plan was always to go legendary and then go starter packs. So I'm looking at these starter packs and I'm getting them. I am hitting 3 rares in some of them. You're hitting summoners and rares. Now, of course, I'm not going to have that many epics, but the nice part is when I buy regular packs, I seem to get epics. But look, so 50 packs. This is $50. It's 54 list, 56 market worth of cards. Then we go down here where I opened up 200 of them. $200, $229 list, $218. So the arbitrage bots and people have not dumped enough money into starter packs yet to even drop these to where they have a negative value when you open them. Eventually, people will, but I think everyone is a little tight on money, and the profit margin here is small, right? I could spend 200, try to list all these cards, and if they sell, make $18. So it's only like an 8% arbitrage, but it's there. If it's sold on the high end and I got around 230 for all of the cards, then I'd be making a 15% gain. But I've been buying them, I've been opening them, I've been working on my collection, but I did something kind of funny the other day, and I made a mistake. Guys, be careful buying cards on the packs on the extra market, even if they look cheaper. Because DEC is a little bit under peg. So if you go, let's see if this is like it is today. I wanted to try a couple of these, right? And so I'm like, okay, they're a little bit cheaper. And you click on it. And then if I want one, it's 12,000 deck. 12,000 40 50. It's cheaper just to buy it from the team.
Yeah.
So be careful on that. These, ignore them for now. Almost all of these packs are like that. Well, this one right here, so you're saving 150 DEC, but this is something I didn't know, so I thought I would share it with everyone, just in case you didn't know. As you start to buy these, you're earning free mage wagons. I thought this was only in the pre-sale. So you can see I've already spent an extra $750 on this set since it launched. And I've earned 7 out of my 8 mage wagons.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. I'll probably get up to that 8th mage wagon. I mean, I've been selling all kinds of stuff, flipping stuff. I've been selling some of my gold foils and just buying packs. I've been getting really lucky on getting legendaries in my packs, but just per norm, not lucky at getting gold legendaries. So,
yeah.
And just a shout out to the crowd. We got Paul Taylor in the house. Master Shinoff is in the crowd. We got Wibble, who's been drinking. We got Paul. I think we said Paul. And we just had Plato and Bajangles show up as well.
Nice. And yeah, I'm not following it yet because I'm on my phone. So I'm a little mobile today.
That's why I wanted to let you know who's here. Oh, and then we got Claiborne, I think. He's here for when we talk about the pickles that are coming.
Pickle me some.
Yeah. That was one of the big surprises from the town hall. I guess we can go straight to that really quick. We are going to have a chance to get our hands on Yabba's pickle.
Yes.
Anybody who doesn't know the story, Yabba has the rare Rooney that is holding a pickle. That pickle is now becoming into the game. I haven't read the backstory on it, but it's a pretty interesting little weapons training card. It's a shielded card. It has a nice slow, and this is self-heal, yes?
Well, it's not weapon trained, but it's weapon
No, I
trainable.
mean to be weapons trained.
Yeah,
card.
weapon trainable.
Yeah. Weapons trainable, sorry. And then it has a dodge on it. I mean, with 2 speed, this just means it might actually dodge an attack sometime. Not often.
Well, it also slows the opponent, so yeah, I mean...
Yeah, true. It does have a slow. I like how it has a shield, though. That's very interesting. There's not a lot of shielded cards now. There's a lot of cards with big attacks. I mean, a 4 mana card with 4 shield, 7 health, and it's got a shield. So any of those really big attackers, they might not... You'd have to have 10 attack to get rid of all of his armor on a melee attack. That's not going to be that easy. And it's definitely an interesting card. Let's see... Ghost
I
is
see.
here.
To be honest, in my opinion, yeah, it's weak to the tank, but as a backup protection, it's kind of good.
Yeah, so here we can look at all the details. This was what I was looking for really quick. So it is a neutral card. It's kind of harder to tell when it's a black card. You might have thought it was death, but they're going to have all these different versions of the card. There's 3 ways to get it. From what I understand, there's the regular release where you can buy the card for 150 DEC, but only for every 1,000 SPS you have staked. So I can, in theory, buy 840 copies of this card because I'm at 840,000. I don't know that I will, but it'll be interesting. Then we have this crazy new mechanic coming into the game where you're going to be able to basically make raffle tickets for the gold foils. And so they have 50 gold foil arcane, for at least for the arcanes. Is that for the? That's not for the regulars, right? So the regular gold foil and black foils just come out when you mint them. You'll have the regular small chances
Yeah.
to pull your regular gold and black foil cards. So maybe I do mint a lot because maybe then I get one of the black pickles. Who knows? But if we go down here in the bottom, this is something that's really interesting to me. Because they're going to basically give us a second use case for aura. So you're going to be able to spend 200 aura and 10 vouchers and 200 DEC, but still they're going to need that aura. You're going to need those vouchers and you're going to need some DEC, and then you get a raffle ticket. So it's kind of an interesting thing because you can't whale out and get this, but you can whale out and get a lot of raffle tickets and hope you get it.
Yeah, but also, that's one thing I didn't understand quietly because it sounds like you are getting a card and a raffle ticket.
Okay, let me double check this. 7 days after the sale ends, we'll kick off the second chance opportunity. Free special opportunity plus free gold foil arcane raffle chance. Each raffle ticket entered into the raffle we'll receive a regular pickle. Okay, you're right. Plus each raffle entry will have a chance to win a gold foil arcane pickle. So you're going to pay 50 DEC more plus the value of 10 vouchers, which right now would be like 17 cents, plus 200 aura. You can't buy aura, can you?
No, right now you cannot, but I'm
Yeah,
thinking
so
they might make it like transferable
yeah, so
because they said
that's
even if you
that's gonna
if
be
you
interesting.
they said even if you're not producing on land, you'll be able to buy the stuff on the market. So
Yeah, so
I
if
don't know.
aura is gonna become straight sellable, or if they're gonna give us a liquidity pool for it and let us be able to trade it, that's gonna be interesting because as of
Yeah.
right now, we can't do that. You can turn your aura into potions, sell the potions, but you can't you can't just sell your aura. But we don't know what 200 aura would be. It costs 40 aura to make a potion, and potions are going for 5 cents, roughly. But no, maybe 6 cents right now. So 200
Oh,
aura. I mean, this is substantially more than
they
if you
will
just
go for
mint it
yeah,
up
they
here.
will go for way more. I mean, if anybody plans on packing back in the future and wants to have the increased chance for black phone, now is the time to buy off the market because I think these prices won't be same after this happens because yeah, there is not enough ore at the moment to produce potions for everybody that needs them, and it will be twice as scarce because the same thing I think applies like for the uh, black foil arcanes.
Yeah, we were going to get down to that in a
Yeah,
second. But yeah, Paul Taylor, that was the first part. Maybe I went over it too fast. The original launch will be for 30 days. You'll have a chance to mint pickles for every 1,000 SPS you have staked, and your pickles have a chance to be turned either gold foil or black foil. It doesn't say here that you can get an arcane here. You can use alchemy potions for a better chance at gold. You can use midnight potions for a better chance at black foils, but it does not say they're going to give you a shot to get arcanes in this part of it. right?
Yeah,
This
also interesting that this time there is no guaranteed gold foil or like for this in this matter is like it was usually like if you buy 250 you have one guaranteed, let's say gold foil whatever. That doesn't seem to be the case now.
okay.
So the chances are if like in most cases if you buy 500 and open and use like 500 potions you get one black foil, but it's just a chance. It's not guaranteed.
Yeah. So once we finish this right here, we go into the next part of the sale. Now this is for some people that want the arcanes. Now if you want an arcane gold foil, they're going to give away 50 of them, one per day. It's going to be drawn every day at 10 p.m. Now, the one thing I'm trying to figure out here is are your raffle tickets only good for the day or good for
Yes,
all 50?
yes.
Um,
Because they said so you have to be deciding which day to
oh,
actually.
yeah. So tickets are burned upon entry. So you can craft your tickets and then enter them when on the day that you think you're going to have the best chance. So there will be some gamemanship there with people trying to enter in their tickets when they see a low amount of tickets. But then if a day's really low, you might have somebody try to whale out and then enter in with a bunch to give themselves a good chance of winning it. So that's going to be pretty interesting.
And so, but
Um,
basically you
oh,
can
and tickets can be bought and sold on the market.
that yeah, but then it's like uh you're
Oh.
getting the card and then you're trying to get some value by selling the ticket
Yeah, and
instead.
like tickets would cost in theory, so that's 20 cents. Let's call vouchers 20 cents. And then Aura, it's like 20 cents across the board, right? Just about
Well, but yeah, don't count
60
it like that
cents.
because
Oh.
the card already does cost 150 DC, so it will be just 50 DC additional.
Well, yeah, but I mean, but to get to
Because you're
make your
getting the
raffle
card,
ticket, you get a card too.
yeah. So
Um,
it's like buying the card, and then the rest is what gets you the ticket, like the.
okay, so it's like
Aura.
it's about 50 cents then in value there. But if you can sell it for um if you can sell it for like 75 cents, then it's like you got your card for free,
Yeah,
roughly.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd like I cannot do straight away the math in my head, but yeah, you can
Well,
basically.
okay, I'm just thinking because 200 aura is basically 5 midnight potions, right? And so five
Okay.
midnight
Yeah.
potions. Well, I guess this is about a quarter, maybe 30 cents even here. This is a little. This is 17 cents. So these two are about 50 cents worth of value, and then there's this. So if you can get if you can get it for 70 cents the ticket, then it's like you're minting the card for free. But you have to
Yeah.
have the aura to actually do the minting.
Yeah.
Or do you get the card on the entry? Hold on, wait.
Whoa, each raffle ticket entered. Yeah, actually, yeah.
Okay, so you don't get it when you mint the ticket. So
Yeah.
you're when you mint the ticket, you're going to pay 20 cents in DEC, 17 cents in vouchers, and about a quarter worth of aura on today's prices. 30 cents to about maybe 30 cents. Cuz I think potions are like 6.8 cents or
But
6.3 cents. They've been going
that's
down.
not going to be the case for long, what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's true. It might not be the case. So then a potion a raffle ticket would theoretically cost around probably 75 cents to a dollar, and then it would get you a guaranteed card and an entry to get an arcane foil. So that's pretty cool, but it gives us another great use case for all of our resources. And when I say all of the resources on land, it's because Aura is created with all of the other resources. And you can't just bump up all of your other resources and make more Aura without also needing more grain. So it even affects the grain market.
Oh yeah, in general, as you said, giving another use case of aura just will make midnight potions more expensive.
Yeah.
My point.
And then let's see, there for the gold within 7 days after the gold raffle ends. So we're gonna go a full 50 days of this one. Man, so
Yeah.
this is going to be going on for months,
Yes. Yes.
right? You're
Yes.
going to
Yes.
do
Yes.
this one for a month, do this one for almost 2 months.
No, the first, yeah, yeah, and then this one
Yeah.
for like almost until the end of the like 3 months, 4 months, of pretty much.
Well, no, 50 days, right? 50 gold foils.
Well, yeah, but the
This
like,
is this is 30 days of
uh-huh,
minting.
uh-huh,
50 days here, so 80 days.
and 20
And
more.
then 21 more here, you
Yeah, so
said?
that's what I'm saying. 100,
And 20. Yeah, so
20.
100 days. They did
Yeah,
it
yeah,
again.
almost four, almost 4 months, like 3.5 months.
It's
Yeah.
like it's kind of like the he well
Hell,
gosh, can't even say her name.
hell is.
Yeah, Heloise. She went for 100 days. This is going for 100 days. Then at the
Yeah.
very end, when none of us have any money left, with the black foil arcanes come, and then people are going to have to just pile in even more money because these ones are going to cost 1,000 aura, 50 vouchers,
But all
500.
the auction
Jeez.
points, though, that's a little bit different mechanic as well.
Yeah. These
So
are
you
for
have to,
auction points. Oh,
yeah, you
so
have to
this
have,
one, 7 days, black foil will begin. Be distributed from from highest number first to lowest number
yeah,
last. Oh wow!
from
So if you
20,
want the mint one, it's going to be on the last day.
but also then there'll be a lot of wells trying to get in on the last day. So maybe you want to have like a higher chance, you start in the beginning because probably people will be just waiting for the mint they're looking for.
Oh wow! This is awesome. So
And then you
auction
have to
points
have,
are awesome. You can
yeah,
so you make auction points like this. I don't know. It
yeah.
doesn't say how many points,
Well,
but
that's the point. You need more than
yeah.
one because, like, yeah, you every time somebody
Well, yeah.
outbids you,
Well,
like,
it says points as in plural, but doesn't say how many you make. So let's just
whoa.
say maybe this makes 10, just
No, no, it's
because of the
like
number.
no, it's just like each one is 1 point. But
Okay, well,
what I'm saying is like when you have three,
then they should edit the post and remove this S. Should
okay,
be auction point crafting cost, as in 1 point cost this. Because if that's what they're saying, that makes sense too. But then you can craft them.
they're saying all action points will be costing this much
Okay, well, it's
because
not clear to me how
you
many
can
you
craft
get.
3 points, you can craft 3 points. That will be like 3,000 aura, blah blah blah. And then if somebody enter the auction with one, you can put your three
Yeah.
out with them. They'll get their one back. So yeah, it's not you're not really losing it, but you need to have more than whatever the current bid is. So people that want it, they would have to have points.
This strategy tip at the end here is crazy. So you can make these points. You can use them to try to win the black foil. Let's say you never win, right? You're just always outbid. All 20 cards are gone. What do you do with your auction points? Well, they've already explained. There will be future raffles that use the same points. You can plan ahead, and they said in the future, there might even be more than one raffle going on at a time with these points. Oh
Yeah.
boy.
And they, I think they're also like transferable or like sellable.
Yeah, they're
I think.
transferable and sellable. So you can draft the you could also just sell them. I mean, at this point I need a second job or something because I need to be able to put a lot more money into this game.
Or you can say sell the picks and axes for the people chasing the gold.
Well, yeah, I know, but even if I'm going to do that, I want to get more land going so that I have more picks and axes to sell.
Well, I mean, okay, but what
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
saying,
I have been turning more land on. Um, oops, my bot is
you
losing
can
games
actually
here.
make Splinterlands your second job, and whatever you earn, you reinvest and expand.
That's true. That's true. If I go in here and I go to my production, I'm at 142 now. What I've been doing lately is I'm trying to see. I have to get all these stone ones online, but I've been trying to up my grain production so that my grain is running more neutral. Because
Oh, you have a lot of grain plots.
I have too many plots that are really low, have really small cards on them. So I need to. What I'm working on is pushing them up so that they have bigger cards on them. Because some of the problems is some of my other plots have higher PP just because they're
RPP.
yeah, because you can see here in my summary, right? I have 49 grain plots, but only 585 PP, whereas my stone it's only 31, but it's 720 productivity, and so this right here only covers me spending like 500 productivity points over here. Now, it's a little misleading because my most expensive plots have runies on them, so I don't have to. Everything's free there.
Yeah.
But you know, I do have 5 of them, and they're also these ones over here tend to have more titles and bonuses and things like that. But so luckily you don't have to pay for your workers' foods. You don't have to pay for any of that. So the shortfall isn't quite as big, but it's there. You know, I need 15,000 per hour. I'm only producing 10,500 per hour. I'd like to get this up to closer to like my goal is to get this to something like 12 or 13. Because right now it's like almost a 30% pitfall. That's pretty bad.
Oh, but also like you're kind of like min maxing in your mind, which is like okay, it's good, but I also like you know that you have extra resources that you can actually use to get the grain that you miss. So
Yeah. Well, because if I can make here's the thing, I have to sell my extra stone right now to get grain. If I can get my grain producing at a higher clip, then I can start selling my stone. And then I have
yeah,
more money coming back to me as a way of doing it. Also, my land that's not producing, it's mostly stone. There's a couple that can be iron. I think the caldera can be iron. I have one more swamp for wood, so I need to turn this one on.
yeah,
And get that wood going. But the point is, if I can spend a little bit of time, I want to get ready to turn on these other 30 plots because right now I couldn't turn them on. If I turned them on, then my grain deficit would just go off the charts, and I'd start running at a negative where I have to bring money in the land constantly, and I don't want to do that.
not necessarily because you have extra resources that you can sell.
Yeah, Master's right. The real big PP monsters are bad, but I mean, I have some bad ones on land because it's only within a few months that things have started to get really spicy in land, in my opinion. When Aura started to come out and everything, and just people, I just didn't adjust. So like if I go and I look at this one, actually this one's okay. I feel like 2,000 isn't bad. That's my new baseline. I can do it on peak monsters better. I really wish they had this on the site. I hope they add it soon. If I go to my land, and then I go into here, and I know, guys, we're talking a little bit just about my land, but it's just because land's getting so excited. Why is this one not powered?
And it's about to get even more excited with the wagons repaired and stuff.
Yeah, but if I can look at my PP, so if I go to my grain plots, I have to look at why that one isn't powered on. It doesn't make any sense. I have power sources for everything. The ones I want to work on, I was seeing them earlier today. I had them down here. I really wish you could sort by this. But like this one. See? It's like 500, 500, 500. And there's even a totem here. How silly is that? These are really small cards. Like the Jared Scars are okay at 1500, but these three, this is terrible. I don't know what I'm doing here. So I have to go through.
You're putting half in.
Yeah, I was just putting like whatever in it before because it didn't matter that much. When everything was making grain, and I just haven't had the time to go back and clean this stuff up. Hey, Dwayne, you know we were talking about the pickle sale. If you haven't gone over it all, the quick recap, Mister, what did you miss? Yeah, but what you do, Master, I'll show you what I'm doing too. So, what I'm doing, and I shouldn't be showing you this, but there's not that many people watching, but maybe you guys will all go beat me up on this, is I'm buying Chaos Legion cards right now, but I'm buying gold ones. So if you go to gold Chaos Legion, and then you go to rare, these cards that are like about $1, you can make them. If you go to stats here, you can make them right here at 11 cards, 2,000 PP, and then if they go onto a land that is of the right bonus, you can do two things. You can either only do 10 cards and they'll get bonused up to 2,000, or you go ahead and get the 11th card and then you only have to stake a level 6 gold, which won't cost you quite 10,000 to stake. It'll be a little bit cheaper. And since it's only like a $10 card, I haven't looked at, and this is something we can look at really quick, if the commons are better. So for a common gold card, to get it to 2,000, no, see, you got to max it out. So then you got to pay the full price. Epics on Chaos Legion, I feel like people have been buying those up, and so the profit margin isn't really there. Let's go back to the market. And if we go to Chaos Legion and we look at the epics, so see, these epic cards are like $3 and $4. But let's see, like a lava launcher, to get it to 2,000, you'd need 4 copies. If we go back to the market, 4 copies of this guy, so there's 3. Oh, that one's too many. 4. Yeah, see, this is $18. It does get you a little bit extra production, I guess, because 4 copies gets you 2,400. But still, you're spending 18. Whereas if you're getting the rares at $1, you can get that nice 2,000 number for about $10.
Yeah.
But it really depends on what you want.
And those numbers obviously will shift and change as people buy and sell.
Yeah.
But
yeah, as more people buy, more people try to get it. The epics, are they better? Gathering, they don't look like they are anymore. They became too expensive. Because for a rare, like just in this example, lava launcher to get to 2,400, what was $18?
$18, yeah.
And then if I go to the rebellion, I mean if I add the rares in, and I look at the striker to match the 2,400, just to make it equal, we'd have to get each card is. We'd have to get like 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we go back to the market, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 9 because 13, 12.25. So substantially cheaper. Now, if you're going for maxed cards, like maxed cards, then yeah, the epics are better because they have a higher max. I'll admit that, Gathering, but I'm going and literally I'm revamping. This is a common plot. I mean, given it is a grain plot, but this isn't anything special. There's a plains common. I mean, am I really going to expect that I'm going to deck this thing out in max level gold foil epic cards? I don't know. Maybe your budget for land's a lot bigger than mine. Um, so well, there's not an oversupply gathering of gold cards. There's a whole big old go. Um, yeah, and Dwayne's right. There is another option here if you don't want to go the gold cards. But to get 10, you can't even get 2,000 on a standard card is the problem, right? Your production capped is capped at here. Now, don't get me wrong. Maybe min maxing here. If you go to the market and just look at a Chaos Legion, let's look at a Legi. It's 54 cents for 1,500 power. So yeah, this is better, but you got to spend $10 when you stake the card. Because oh no, wait, I'm so sorry. That's one copy.
Yeah.
I thought no. Let me look at it again. So here, there's 11. So $6 plus $12, $10 staking, $16, and you only get 15 power. So, would you
Well, but
rather?
you didn't count the $10 you need to spend in staking with the gold foils.
Yeah, I didn't, but
So
that's because
on
I
base
don't know.
value is
I don't know exactly what it is. Let me see if I can figure it out.
on base value is cheaper, yeah. But again, these are all like limited numbers. So as people back them up, the price is going up because obviously they're not all listed at the same price, and they will be
I
drying up
put
quick.
I put a couple gold foils on here. Um, does it say how? Well, that's funny. They're not level 2 because peak monsters on their images can't show you the color. I don't know. Maybe Gathering knows. Oh, throw one max foil gold epic on a plot and call it good. Well, yeah, but why do that? I
So
mean,
you spend only $10 instead of
oh,
50.
well, he's saying it costs only 10k DEC to stake it on the
Yeah,
plot.
that's what I'm
I mean,
saying.
here I'm staking 35k DEC for 8,000 production points, 8,400. So I guess there is some min maxing there you can look into. But I mean, how much money is it for a gold epic card from Chaos Legion, max level? Let's look at the golds. Oh, I'm not in the market tab. Man, they made it so that the market tab goes back. I'm gonna move us off the screen for a minute just so we can look at these. Okay, so Chaos Legion, we're looking for golden epics. Okay, I don't need fire ones, so let's see. Okay, if I wanted to put a maxed out Renova on that plot instead, $50 for the card. Is that right? 10 copies?
Yeah.
Okay. So $50 for the card right here, $49.99, and 10k to stake it, but it's 6,000 production points. So if you look at the comparison, this card cost me $10, $20. This card I bought as well. Oh no. These cards I just owned from back in the days. So I don't know if you want to tell me to have to really do the cost on them, but
No, it's just whatever you were counting before, like the 6,000, level six. I mean, the level.
yeah, these are the two level. See they have 2,000 PP, so
How
these
much
are
was
five.
how much were the rares for a card?
These two cards cost me $10. I have to stake somewhere. Probably, I wish I knew the exact amount.
But no, it sounds the same because it's like to get the 6,000 power, you need to take three cards, which are $30 for the
Yeah, so to
cards,
get 6,000 power, it's $30.
and then
Um,
$30 to stake them. So again, sixty
well, no,
dollars.
but it's not $30 to stake them
It
because they're
is
not. No, they're not maxed cards. When you stake
okay.
a non, that is why this entire plot is only 35K. When
Okay.
this is a maxed card, this is a maxed card. So those two cards cost me 20,000. This card is a level 3 and these guys are level 6. So combined, they only cost 15,000 DEC to stake these three cards.
Okay.
So you could almost say they're 5,000 to stake, roughly.
Mm-hmm. So
So
it is a little bit cheaper, yeah. But
yeah,
then,
so
see, yeah, again, matter of perspective, because once you decide to upgrade the plot, then you can add a second maxed epic.
well, yeah,
Whereas
I
with
know,
the rares, you don't have that
th-
flexibility anymore.
but these can go up, right? Because they're not maxed yet.
Yeah, they can, but again, it's like you don't have the flexibility.
Well, I think it really depends on how much you production you're looking to get from your land. Don't get me
And yeah,
wrong. His way of doing it, you're going to get more. Um,
eventually.
yeah, eventually, but like everybody right now has to pick what they want to buy. But I mean, I feel like right now the rares are an easier way to get your land producing at a number that is better than the other ones. If you don't want to just if you don't want to have to stake quite as much DEC and spend a little bit less cash.
But
Now,
it comes with the opportunity that your land will be capped at certain PP because you've already gone the
yeah,
rare route. Whereas on
because
epics,
these yeah, eventually if you max one of these out, it's 4,000. Whereas if you maxed out an epic, it's more.
yeah.
So, how much are Chaos Legion? Just to take a quick look, how much is the legendary gold foil? Why do I keep hitting? I really am annoyed that when you're on the market page, um, that when you go back, it doesn't go back to the market page when you're looking at a card as the
I think
first
you have
option.
options.
Yeah, I know, but I always want to hit this one.
Yeah.
But even though I was on the market, it's always
But
this
that's on
one.
you because they have the
Yeah,
option to go
yeah,
straight
yeah,
back to the
yeah. I know.
market.
Okay, so one of these would cost you $30. Would have 2,500 production. So that's less bang for your buck than three $10 rare cards. They would have almost 6,000 production. So the money, these guys it's a pretty big loss. But obviously, they have a much higher cap, right? They can go to
Yeah.
10,000.
Yeah.
So this is, but it's one of those things. You gotta play. Maybe the epics are a nice medium because you can, I guess. You could start with one with like maybe 3 copies. It'd be a little bit less. It'd be 1,800. See, I did it again.
Well, but that's again on you.
I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess if you did 3 copies, 1, 2, 3, it's $14. So it's a little bit more money. But it has more room to grow, and
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
you'd be at 18. But also though, the market is thin on these. Look, it doesn't even scroll down. 11 copies. Market's a lot less thin on this one. Oops, I'm on the regular copy. I meant to go to gold rare. Get rid of the regulars. Where's the first life card? This guy. Well, no, not really. Only 32 copies. Yeah, Gathering is right. Where's all the cards?
But then again, moving on because we've been on this for a while and we haven't even done any touching of the town hall aside from the pickle. This, I think, is a conversation for another show when we have nothing to talk about. Hello.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I was reading the chat a little bit.
Okay. Well, maybe you can catch me up to date.
Yeah, yeah, they're just talking a lot about back and forth about the land stuff, gathering,
Yeah.
gathering and Master and Dwayne, but um, and then I will acknowledge Aaron. He's a little sad that he just burned all his Chaos Legion cards, max commons that were worth $2.50 or less. So he burned a lot of his cards.
Well, thank you for your service.
Yes, thank you, Aaron. Thank you for that. Yep, yep, yep. I guess we can go back a little bit to talking about the town hall. We got kind of the pickle threw us into just a land,
Yeah. So I think
sidetrack
that's
there.
cool. That's cool and a lot like a big topic and it's important topic, but maybe just for its own show because it's like we spent almost an hour just on one thing, the town hall. And yeah, time is scarce commodity nowadays.
Yeah, I mean the other the big thing from the town hall. One of the big things we need to basically talk about with the people out there in the world is Splinterlands is a game that's still here, still doing great. Sold $2.4 million in the pre-sales. Has had something like $300,000 or $400,000 in additional sales in the last couple days since it went live. Um, you saw that I've literally brought in like I've spent I showed you guys like in the regular store after being in a group sale already over $700 on packs because it is fun to rip packs looking for black foils. I haven't found any, but it's fun to do it.
But at least you're looking for.
Um, what else did they happen in the town hall? We had the pickle.
Well,
We
I think one of the important things for me that was like the intention of actually implementing the auction base in the future for custom car, like for everybody can just instead of put it on the market for a certain price, they can start an auction, which is awesome, I think, especially for the no more expensive cards. If you want to sell it, if you want to get the max value, but you don't want to wait like 10 months until somebody notices it. So,
Dwayne wants us to comment on the very expensive. Is it considered a promo? It's probably considered a promo, right? Or is it not? Oh, I'm on gold foil. Okay, hold on. Let's just reset all of this. Conclave Arcana, Legendary, down here at the bottom somewhere. What? Oh, that's Arcane. Jeez, $1 million? This guy.
good luck with that.
So, what do you think about Senor Yabermat? No, Yabamat here. Yabanus being so darn rare.
Well, I mean, collector's item, chase. Yeah, I think it's awesome. Imagine, as you mentioned, a new player coming and opening one. And turning
Yeah,
one
yeah.
pack into how many dollars was 200 something? Was one copy on the market for sale? Click for
Yeah,
sale.
there were 4 copies for sale.
Yeah, but what was the price of
Two
each?
two 235. Ugh, why did it
So
turn
yeah,
that way?
imagine opening one pack and getting a $235 card.
The question is who's buying them. There's probably a
Yeah,
reason
Yavamat.
why it's going down. I mean, Matt will buy them
Yeah.
possibly. Mondroid wants $1,000 for his. Maximilian here
Hmm.
says 235 is enough or maximum. So I mean it's an interesting card. One of the things that's going to be interesting about it is there's not 11 for sale, so I can't even max the card out. If I wanted to get these 11, I mean get these 4, it'd be $2,000.
Can you open the stats? What
Um,
like the how
yeah, that's
the
why
last
that's why I brought
level?
up the stats. I was going to ask you, like, is it a problem that this is going to be such a limited card? I think it's only 1,500 a master is what I remember seeing on the Yabamat card. Is that correct?
1500 what?
There's going to be maximum 1,500 copies.
Oh, I don't remember the supply. Like I didn't pay attention to that because it's not a card I'm going to ever chase. But some people will. I'm thinking so. The rebellions. What
Oops.
was the was that the Heloise ability?
When did they talk about Matt's card in a post? I don't know. I don't want to chase for it now. Let's go back here. So he has camouflage. He has empower, which is an ability only he has. This unit and adjacent units get +1 power. I believe +1 power is that to every stat
No,
or
that
just
I believe
attack?
is for the attack.
Okay, so he'll actually come out with 4 attack. He has a shatter on him. I like his shatter with a good speed, especially there's a lot of armor units. Sorry.
Don't worry.
Um, he has a stun, so stuns are good, and then he has relentless strike. So he is gonna hit. He's gonna hit for 4. He's gonna do 4, and if you have something to make him not do 4, he's gonna do 5. So, yeah, he's not good enough to justify his price. So I think maybe in the future, it is 1,500 regular foil. Gathering confirmed that for me. So
Mhm.
I mean, right now this is more of a collector's unit than a meta card that people need. I don't know what people are going to be willing to pay for it. It's not, you
It's not
know,
200. It's not 235. That's for
yeah,
sure. That's proven already. It's not 235.
yeah, because it's not getting bought up. I know that because me and my group sale have been trying to sell. Let's get rid of these ones. We've been trying to sell. Oh, where is he? Oh, I'm on legendary. Add rare. That. So if anybody wants to help my group, they could buy this one for 1877. So somebody had one up for 725 and it got bought, and then the next one was listed at 1925, and we have now undercut him because this is what our group won in the raffle. When it comes to the other cards, this guy's been trending down. This guy's been trending up. So
Are those the promo ones?
yeah, out of the promo ones.
Yeah, I opt
The
out
people
of
don't
it.
seem to like Arcane Skinwalker that much. He has been trending down in normal price.
I mean, when you compare him to Grim Bardoon, yeah, I mean, kind of,
Yeah, like I mentioned that he wasn't good enough when I was playtesting, but my comment did not get them to make him a lot better.
well,
He's not a bad card, and I one of the things I feel like some of the cards are underrepresented right now, and it's because not a lot of people have a really big collection of the new set. So he has this shape thing, so he can be all bloodlines, right?
yeah.
But even when I'm playing modern right now, it's almost all rebellion summoners. All the 7 cost rebellion summoners are what people are using because people have not maxed out the new ones yet. When people start to actually have the maxed out bloodlines and playing the bloodline teams, that's when both of these cards get a lot more competitive and better. But you have to have them.
Well,
Bojangles
you
says
don't
he's
have to.
well. I mean, he's gonna do amazing things for you
Okay,
because
well,
what's gonna happen here is when you can actually play him like with the troll team or with the orc team, and he's giving out this nice inspire that is really good with the orc team. He's hiding, he's silencing, and then if you're running any of the bloodline tribute people, his magic attack is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's a very interesting card.
but
But
the plus one attack you get level 2, so you don't really need to chase level 8.
true. Um, I think you'd want the camouflage,
Well, maybe not, because like there is also ability that
but
shows the
also
camouflage cards.
also you don't get magic until here. Third
But
magic
again,
attack.
like, are you willing to spend like 100 and some to buy 110 cards just for the silence?
Well, I mean, since I got him for free for putting my money in the promo.
Sure, whatever. But I'm saying, if you're not like, when you compare like what you're getting at level 2 and what you're getting at level 8, and the difference in cards and the difference in abilities, uh, I mean, you
Is he
know,
worth $115? I don't know. Yeah, maybe the card should be a little bit cheaper, but I do think that he doesn't shine yet, and that's because I think a lot of people's collections are like mine. I go look at my collection.
for
I got
sure.
these. I have these two guys, but when I look at my core set, see my rares are only level 4, and my commons are only level. Bring them all in here. So besides the few black foils I get, and Dwayne had asked me this earlier, but I got 2 black foil commons. Kind of funny, they were both in the Earth team.
Huh.
And then I got the koi fish. That was my other black foil, but no
And
arcane anything.
even funnier that actually your sign is Earth as well. Your zodiac sign,
Yeah, the
Taurus.
the Taurus. Yes. So, I'm starting to. I've been buying those starter packs to kind of push my copies up to get them up to level 4 and get my commons up to level 6. But I still have some ways to go, so I have to still get some more money over into the system. But most of my legendaries are maxed out because of my legendary pack, and the only reason my legendaries aren't all maxed out is because like some of these cards feel disgustingly cheap, and I don't want to sell them, so I'm trying to trade people for now. I need to get one more of this card, one more of this card, and nobody seems to have extra Brens. So I need like 4 more of him. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, Druid's Bloods. I only listened to a little bit of it, so we have to do it. Yeah, it's actually funny. I opened up 20 packs today, and I got 3 legendary cards. So I pulled one more of her, but then I got another Bellomancer, and and another Zargul. And I'm like, man, these cards are cool to pull, but $6? Why so cheap?
Because that's what people are putting them for. Then they might beat themselves up later, but it is what it is now.
Yeah, Dwayne, this is why the best part of my pack opening is that people felt so bad for me that they upvoted my blog, so I'm getting a little payout here. So that's how bad it was that the team came by and gave me a little love. Because
Well,
yeah, it wasn't terrible for it was absolutely terrible for any kind of luck. You open 160 legendary packs and 240 standard packs. You only get 2 common black foils, 1 rare black foil, no arcanes, 4 gold foil legendaries. Um, yeah, not no nothing. I didn't hit any. I rolled a lot of shitty rolls. I got
well,
so many chalk openings on my legendary packs. It was disgusting. Like if you open 25 legendary packs where you're guaranteed 25 legendaries 3 times in a row and only get 25 legendaries, that means you rolled no legendary on every other card in those packs.
and again, conspiracy
Ugh.
theory, like, prove me wrong. I think the account name is included in the rows. So, yeah, if your account sucks in general, it will suck in every draw. And I have some like database on that being the case with, for example, Vozen having a second account that is quite lucky. So when he actually was opening his cards on that account, he was getting a much better draw, and it's not the first time. So, yeah, I do believe the something in the Hive name is included in the roll calculations, but that's my conspiracy theory.
That's an interesting one. I haven't heard that. But I did have some comments that my account is just doomed when you open packs.
Well, it's not. Yeah, it's not
So
like yeah, it's not the universe against you. It's just your Hive name. So maybe just try sometimes on
yeah,
out
the
to
one
see
the one
if you get
little
luckier.
problem with opening on an alt account is I have, like 8,000 gold potions.
Okay, yeah, I understand. But again,
So,
it's just a theory. It's just conspiracy theory. But I think it's more right than not.
yeah, it's not the worst idea to open with I don't know. It's one of those things. I'm like, I'll just keep buying packs until I get lucky, and then I'll just waste all my money. I don't know.
Yeah, unless
Um,
you know get lucky.
I mean, the only thing I will say that was a little bit lucky on my pools, the only thing was that my gold foil legendaries were at least good cards.
And you're saying that to make yourself feel better, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, that's the only thing. So if I go to owned, like this is a good card. That was one of my gold foil legendaries. I guess this one wasn't, but the other two, I think your head is in front of them. Yeah, was the filthy scavenger, and he's one of the more valuable cards. So these
And
were nice.
actually, talking
This
about this guy, the gnome, the scavenger, I think I saw it in Discord somebody with a gray name posting a draw where he gets the only or not well the only so far black for arcane card. And a gray name would suppose like somebody not as regular. So
oh
pull
look,
like that.
I got my DEC to give out to the group just now,
Huh.
but not all of it. We're still pending the sale of that raffle card, guys.
So we're
So
getting DC?
yeah, yeah. Remember, we didn't get our gold foils, and the agreement was all the gold foils would be sold.
Yeah.
What ended up happening is they bought them, so I've been doing some negotiation with them. I'll post what we valued everything at, and then because they bought them, we took the market price off. The transaction fee that would have disappeared had you sold things at list, and I'll do it all out, but in the end we're going to get that and another payment of about 700 to 800,000 DEC if we can sell that card, that arcane rare gold card. So they bought the title tails. We valued it at $450 because there's current legendary title valued at 420. Now our title was at 480 at list price, but there was no record of any of them being sold. So there's a little back and forth there. Hopefully that was an acceptable negotiation. I felt like that was $30 more than the lowest legendary title, but $30 cheaper than the highest current listed one. But if we were going to try to sell it, we'd have to undercut them anyways and then hope someone buys it.
Yeah.
So they decided to buy it. We were 42% of the sale. They were 58% of the sale, so they get a little bit more when you cut anything we sold in half. But I'll be doing the calculations and sending out DEC as soon as the video is done. So each of you in my group will get a little chunk of DEC. Probably like 100,000.
Yeah.
100, maybe a little bit more, depending on how much you put in. Yeah.
But I have like 15 minutes more, so maybe we get, I mean, at least for the rest of the town hall stuff. And then, of course, you can talk with the people. If there are enough people in the chat, it seems.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry.
no, it's
I
okay. I
just.
mean, you don't need to apologize. I'm just letting you know, giving you a heads up because unfortunately, yeah, time is a rare commodity nowadays.
We did find out on the town hall, and I know Aftersound brought this up on his video that we kind of stepped away from the Luvium marketing guys. Makes a little bit of sense because I mean the only bit of bad news that has come out recently is that the foundation set isn't here yet, and without the foundation set being here, they're not ramping up marketing yet to bring in new players. So hopefully that comes soon. Um, Another thing, they are reworking survival mode, and when it comes back, we might get the survival potion to even make land resources more valuable. But we don't know how survival will work. Obviously, they took it down to rework it a little bit, so they want. Um, what was I gonna say? They want. I don't know. They want to make it a little different. I mean, maybe Jeff Opens Cards making 7,000 SPS some days and 5,000 other days wasn't good for them. I can't say for sure. Maybe they didn't like that. So.
Well, with the amount of money he's spending on the game, maybe it's not bad.
Yeah, I
Not
know, I
bad.
know. I was just joking, but that's probably
I
why he
know.
was spending it.
Yeah.
When you're making 5,000 a day, playing the game up there in Survivor, maybe they're just gonna need to figure out a way to incentivize more people to play in it, or lower the reward pool a little bit, make it smaller because now they have some data on how many people will go and play in it. It was kind of wild to be winning games in silver and winning like 40 SPS. It
Yeah.
felt weird. Um, so it's definitely going to be interesting. By the way, guys, if you want to help me out and you will trade me one of these cards, one of these cards, and a couple of these cards, burns. For any of these things you see on my screen with crooked numbers, reach out to me. Um, what other? Do you remember any other key things from the town hall you want to talk about?
Well, no, I mean, we didn't emphasize the success of the expectations of Matt versus the actual reality, and the news that we are in a good shape, which is something we've been fearing for a long, long time, and now it seems like it's not something we should fear, at least in the short term. And also, I'm not 100% sure, but I remember Dave saying something that if the pre-sale goes good, then maybe there'll be like conversation about Splinterverse 2. I was hoping somebody will ask on the town hall since I wasn't able to watch it live, but I guess nobody did. But yeah, it's probably something that might come into conversations, and that will be very exciting.
Yeah, yeah. Going over some of the numbers that I heard. So Matt thought we'd do 1.5 million. We did 2.4. Then also, like I would say, they confirmed this was as of yesterday, so not counting anything that was sold today. And I know I bought stuff today, so um, they were at 400. I think another 300,000. The big thing to here is they've proved again that the DAO being able to fund the team works. It does cause us to have a DEC kind of up and down, but if you've been around long enough, you buy DEC when it's under peg. When you're down in that 80 cents range, you build up a bag because when the next set comes out, we're going to hit back to peg. That's been proven now twice. So I expect that to be something more people take advantage of. And so maybe we won't see the 70s anymore because people will be buying in the 80s, knowing that eventually it's going to hit that peg again.
And also, I think
Um,
we're at the point where it's like there is no much down pressure for the price of the DC.
well, the
Like,
team selling is the only down pressure, right? They have
well,
their stack and they do sell into the market a little bit. They do it responsibly, but it is down pressure.
but it's not. Yeah, but what I'm saying is now there are stuff that actually are countering that to a to some extent. So as you've seen, like the price was pretty steady lately around peg, and there are more things into works like where you need your DC for stuff like buying raffle tickets or whatever. But yeah, my point is like it seems to be in a place where it's kind of the flywheel. It's almost about to take off.
Yeah, I mean, it is extremely impressive that we printed a billion DEC and we're still holding this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That is an impressive thing. It's not,
because see, just
you
just
know.
by just by adding more utility to land and making it more attractive makes more people stake DC into land, stake DC into the pools, and there are more pools coming up with land 2.0. So it's kind of like those are all locked up DC that is taken out of circulation. So that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like it kind of mitigates the down pressure from the team in a way that I don't see it. If everything like goes as planned and there are no major shakeups, I don't see it going below 90. But that's my opinion, of course. But yeah,
Is it under more? Where do they show the signups again? Do you remember?
the what?
The signups. Paul said to go look at the signups.
Oh, no, I don't. I never did know actually.
Yeah, but they did talk a little bit. We had a question about like what by Liberty. They talked about basically they stepped away from the YGG guys because it was going to be really expensive to have them do work, and they weren't quite ready for them to do work. They didn't say they've completely severed that relationship, just that they're not currently having them do any work for them, and then they might spin that back up in some form when they want the foundation set ready. They want a new player to come in and play the game. Only have to put in a little bit of money, earn some free cards that they can use, and kind of get sucked into the game before, so that when it's time for them to put more money in, it's that they want to because they're here and they've been playing and they've made it through their entire foundation quest, and now they're out there battling to win crypto, and they're like, ugh, I keep losing because my cards aren't good enough.
And they'll sing, and they'll sing in Discord people pulling these crazy pools that cost crazy amount of money, and they're like, oh, maybe I should try my chance. And word of mouth after that, yeah, just that's how the cookie crumbles, and it sounds promising, at least in my view, my point of view.
I know they have that page, but I don't know where it is. Just clicking on stuff.
Well, click away.
Maybe somebody in the chat will save me.
Uh, well, the probably the person that told you to look at the signups, probably they know how many signups we're looking at.
I think it's because it's been on a bit of an uptrend. That's what I remember. I thought it was on this homepage.
Or maybe
Um,
Splinter cards.
no, it's a Peak Monsters thing. He told me to look at it on Pink Monsters.
Oh,
Paul, do you know where it is? Because I don't remember. Or no, wait, it's Aaron. Um, I thought it was under the Explore menu, but pack sales, market history, asset history, rental history, proposals and polls, validators. Oh, dashboards. I'm a dummy. Here we go. So, lots of new players signing up, but our books are only one, seven. That's not bad. Two, another seven, a four, a four, a four, a two, a five, a four, a three, and an eight. So, I mean, that's pretty good in May. I mean, those book sales are a lot better. They're not like abnormal though. This red
and that's
line hasn't
and
hasn't gone up.
that's before any full blown marketing efforts.
Yeah, but I mean, this is nice to see signups. But when you see signups go up like this, you would like the red line to go up a little bit too.
But they don't have the major thing, as we said, the foundation set. So obviously, this is just a preview of what's possible, I think, and I mean everything seems pretty darn optimistic. I mean, the team sounded pretty hyped, and that's always a good thing to see.
Yeah.
especially somebody like Yaba, who had always been like conservative with his estimates, as proven by the pre-sale. Again, yeah, and
Hmm.
he was pretty excited and like and seeing like Cryptmancer pouring all this money into the pre-sale and stuff. Like, yeah, I mean that stuff that
Dude,
kind of inspires some confidence.
when that guy dropped 80K in the last seconds that he was
Hanvi,
hiding, wasn't even on his account, so we didn't
Hanvi.
know it was coming. And yeah, when Hanvi did that and he knocked us out, I was like, oh my god.
Well, yeah, lesson learned for these guys. I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, if you're trying to skimp like the least possible to get into the top six, well, you kind of deserve to be kicked out because you
Hey,
said they
we
had,
were fifth with a second to go,
oh, well, a bit, but
and
then,
then and then
then,
at worst we thought maybe Moo would push us to six. Moo pushed us to six, and Han V came out of nowhere.
well, yeah,
So
see,
that was
but then
pretty
again,
wild.
you said they had on the site already DLC, which they tried to save, and well, it is what it is.
Bootops, if you got drained by something with your MetaMask, you need to go to the MetaMask area where you can approve and deny people access to your wallet to move stuff around and deny like everything. But the problem is if that's on ETH, each one of those things is a transaction. So if there's nothing in that wallet, you might just want to get a new wallet. That's the only thing I know you can do. I know like what happened to me at my Polygon wallet got hacked once. Um, an old project, an old Dex that I was on that went out of business and wasn't alive anymore, but I forgot to reject their access to move my funds around. Somebody got a hold of their code and they hacked everyone's wallet that had given them permission. So I lost a couple $1,000s in USDC because they had permission to move my USDC. But all I had to do was go and X out their permission to move my dollars, and then they couldn't move them anymore. Of course, at the time, I didn't have any more dollars, so it was kind of shitty. So sorry that happened to you. Yeah, and there's some talk in the chat about a YGG gaming group is doing the so YGG does these if you're not in YGG and you don't know about them, and Bajangles maybe is going to explain this better in a post, but they have seasons where you have to do certain things to earn points to be rewarded by the YGG guild. Now I don't know exactly what they get. They get tokens or money or something, but Splinterlands is going to be the game that their people have to go play and do stuff in. So that's kind of exciting that they're going to be doing that. It should bring some of them back, and maybe some of them will play. Dwayne is saying we haven't begun to see a printing of DEC that to wait till SPS is worth 50 cents or $1.
I'm
Can,
waiting. I
we're
have been
waiting,
waiting.
Dwayne, but let's see it. Let's see a dime and stay at a dime for a while. I want a
I,
staircase up here, buddy.
I have been
Um,
waiting, but we'll get there, man. We'll get there. I think we will.
yeah, yeah. So, well, they said they were doing something different, Bootops. It was at least important enough for them to talk about it in the thing. Oh yeah, and Jeff Open's cards also jumped up at the end. So we were sitting
Yes.
pretty in third place. Then
Uh-huh.
Jeff jumped us, Moo jumped us,
But
and Han V jumped us.
but then again, uh if you wanna fight and you know that people will be jumping at the end, yeah, you kind of like maybe do an overkill to be sure, which they did not. I mean, and you said they did have the funds, so I mean, yeah, I kind of think
I
still
well
it's
no,
on
I mean I
them.
don't know if they had the funds to. They didn't have the funds to get over the 80 million of Han V. If they had saw it coming, I think they could have got over loving the Moo, but he just timed his last ad better, you know, because we
Yeah.
did our last he because our guy did our last ad a little bit earlier to make sure it would go through. Loving somehow snuck one in there in that last laggy second. So Yeah,
again.
Aaron. I mean, maybe the red line does follow behind in lags, but we've had an uptrend in signups since here, a pretty solid uptrend. But we haven't seen any real kind of consistent uptrend in the red line. I mean, I guess just because look, if back here we had a 4, we had a 5, 4, 5, 5, 4. I mean, maybe a little bit because here you have a 7. I mean, an 8. But then you have some 3s, some 4s. You have a 2-day, a 4-day. So this 2-day kind of cancels out this 8-day. Um, so I mean, it's not terrible though. 102 spell books in what is this? April to May, so 30 days. That's not bad. I mean, it'd be nice. Can you? What does that do? Oh no, let's me save it. Um, it'd be nice it'd be nice if we could see over 60 days. Maybe then this would be a little bit more clear. Like if this maybe if last month we didn't do 100.
But sadly, I would have to leave.
Okay, yeah. Though that other one thing I guess we can talk about before you take off, the mobile app is out for Android. Do you have an Android?
I do, but I don't use it as much. I
They
thought
are
it's like,
asking Android users to
yeah,
download it and rate it, even
yeah,
if you're not going to play it. So that's a little homework for you.
yeah, I know.
I don't have an Android device, so I haven't been able to do that yet. They did say the iOS one is coming. They're just having to play a little bit more politicking with Apple to get it into the iOS store.
Well,
When
see,
that
you can do your part by buying an Android phone, like a cheap Android phone, and doing it anyways.
you know what? I will rate the iOS one when it's out. Okay. And I was gonna try to activate one of my. I think I have some old Android tablets laying around here, but
Also,
unfor-
I think there are like uh uh what do you call it? Not simulator, but emulators that you can actually download that supposedly give you access to the Google Store, and you can still download it and read it, even though you don't have a
Oh,
phone. You can do it on your computer. But I understand it's like no need of that much artificial votes, but it was a good idea, I think, and it's doing good numbers. So
yeah, yeah, and one of the other things that's kind of a side product of them hiring the guy who made the Hive keychain app and having him make the Splinterlands app is that now all of a sudden Splinterlands works really well in the Hive keychain app. So even if you don't want to use the app and because it's more convenient for you to use the browser mode in the Hive keychain, they that works a lot better now. So
well, yeah, I mean, happy times, good times.
I think we can go ahead and wrap it up. My kids are home, so I have to get out of here. And you said you have to go. Thanks for
Yes.
hanging out with us on a Saturday, guys. Sorry, I kind of took this down a land rabbit hole, but the darn pickle made us just super hyped out about resources and land. That was at least part of the town hall, but the team is happy. We made a lot of money. We did well in the pre-sale. People are buying stuff. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
exciting times.
yeah. Overall, it's exciting times. We'll be back again. We're doing a show on a Saturday, so I don't know what time we'll do a show next week, but we'll see. I'll try to put out a little bit more of a notification for you guys because we're being a little bit less regular right now just because of some stuff that's going on in real life. So
Yeah, but also like thanks, guy, for showing up and like, talking with us and supporting us by clicking the like button. And I'm sure you did. But if you haven't, you can still do it. And yeah, we'll try to get into more regular, streamlined programming. But for now, it is what it is. So bear with us if you will. And we'll see you hopefully next week, if not the week after. But we'll get there.
yep. And Banana, sorry you showed up at the last minute, but luckily it is on YouTube for the foreseeable future, so you can watch and you can even speed it up and skip parts that you don't like.
Like the last part.
If you guys and if you guys do come back and to watch it at all again later, leaving a comment is helpful as well. All right, guys.
Okay. Thanks, guys, and see you around whenever we next stream.
Yep, yep. Bye.
And for our Twitch non-existent users,
Yeah, nobody came over on Twitch.
doesn't matter. I
There's
mean,